When we're confident about our writing, we get a lot of benefits. We get to connect well with our readers. We get to build good relationships with those readers through the connection we make in our words. We get to save ourselves time and worry from editing and indecision. And all in all, we just get to say yes to a whole lot more when we feel confident that our writing can take us there. But it can feel tough to be confident about writing, especially at work, I'd say. Sometimes every email can feel like an assignment. Every document can bring with it the fear of judgment and memories of a red pen. The truth is, though, we all have the opportunity to feel confident about our writing and to allow it to take us places. So let's talk about that a little bit in this video, and I'm going to bring out 3 approaches, ways you can reframe things a little to get really confident about your writing. Okay, number 1, remember you are the expert. What? That sounds a little off, right, when we're talking about how to get confident. Well, the truth is you know more about the writing situation that you're in than anyone else. Now remember this, there is no one right way to write. Writing is always different for every different situation. And when you're the one writing, who knows more about the situation than you? You can use your situational analysis to make the best writing decisions possible and to feel confident about your writing. For example, for your writing situation and goal, you know things like who's going to read it. What does that person care about? What do they like or not like? What's the goal you hope to achieve? What might be the goals of your reader? What's the right tone for the situation and the level of formality you need? What's the context that necessitated this writing? Why is the information even needed? Knowing all that information can actually help you write in a way you feel confident about, because you can know you're making the correct decisions based on analyzing the real situation at hand. For example, maybe you know your reader's going to be on a phone, so you adjust your subject line on an email, make it a little shorter. Another example, maybe you know your reader maybe is not excited about what you're writing about. Maybe you two disagree a little bit. Well, maybe that means you're going to bring up both pros and cons and show understanding of both sides and avoid using words that might accidentally sound blamey. So all in all, by thinking about the situation, you can usually make the right decision just by thinking that through with all the knowledge that you have about what's going on and who's going to read your document, email, posting, etc. Second way you can reframe things and how to approach writing with confidence, lead with the 5 W's. The hardest part of writing is often getting started, and staring at that blank screen can be really intimidating. What you can do if you're stuck is think about the 5 W's of what you want to talk about, jot it down, put it into a sentence, and you've gotten started. The 5 W's are who, what, when, where, why. We get these from journalism, and you want to touch on these in any really important sentence or main point sentence, main point that you're trying to make. And if you're not sure how to start, you can literally write down the answers to who, what, when, where, why in your notes and go from there to a sentence. For example, starting next month, we'll open the service lobby at 6:30 a.m. to ease the delivery process. We had all 5 W's in there, and I started with the when, because it was coming up next month, and then I put all the information into a fairly seamless, pretty concise sentence. So try that hack of just starting with notes on the 5 W's if you're stuck, and that can build your confidence to get started. Okay? Thirdly, well, talk yourself through it. Yes, talk yourself through it aloud. And I'm sorry, sometimes it's embarrassing. You might have to go hide in the bathroom or something. But if you talk to yourself aloud about what you're trying to accomplish, you will most likely find good ways to say things. Why is that? Well, because when we're writing something formal, we're layered on there and burdened with fear and worry. And we're thinking, how is this going to sound? I'm not sure what to say. And it can get to the point that it's paralytic. Back when I used to teach college writing, often students would say, hey, I really don't know how to express my main point in this paper. And they've written down a few different ways to do it, and they're not happy with any of them. Well, I would ask them, hey, well, put down your notes for a minute. Just tell me aloud. What do you want to write about? They would say it. They'd have something to say. And so let's take an example, right? Maybe somebody has written something like, there are 3 reasons we should allow more work from home options to help increase the morale among our team. It's fine. Not the most concise or natural feeling though, right? And so in a situation like that, I would ask a writer, well, what do you really want to say here? And they'd say, well, if we want to increase morale, let's offer more work from home options. There's your sentence. To increase morale, let's offer more work from home options. So talking yourself through it, expressing your ideas aloud can kind of free you for that moment of the burdens of the judgment of writing, so you can just get your natural thoughts out there. Record yourself, have someone else listen, take notes on yourself. Start from there. Chances are, especially given all your expertise in the situation, you probably do know what you want to say, and you probably do have a clear way to say it.